New neighbor tried to shut down a man's beehives that had been there for decades. Watch how the judge responds.
Your Honor, these bees, they're not just animals to me, because my father actually brought them over from Greece back in 1978, and he brought 2 queens in a small box, and then over time he built everything from that. And in our tradition, honey is used in a lot of important moments. It's actually how we remember people and mark those events. And then when my wife got sick, she used to sit near the hives for hours because she said the sound helped calm her down, and she passed in 2022. So now every morning I go out there and I check on them and I sit for a little while because it feels like the closest thing I have left to prayer.
Okay, so first of all, we have 2 kids, and obviously their safety comes before anything else. And when we moved in, nobody told us there were active beehives right next door. And I understand he's had them for a long time, but realistically, that doesn't make them safe. And you don't actually know how serious that is until something happens. And to be clear, I'm not saying something already happened, but obviously it could, and that's exactly why this needs to be addressed before it becomes an actual problem. And frankly, I don't see how that's unreasonable.
All right, so here's where this lands. We have 40 years of beekeeping on this property, and during that time, there hasn't been a single documented incident. At the same time, the property is agriculturally zoned, and that designation existed before the HOA, which means under Tennessee's Right to Farm Act, this activity is legally protected. So the HOA cannot override that with its bylaws. And because there is no evidence of actual harm, the nuisance claim also fails. Now, I understand your concern for your kids, ma'am, but the court can't act on what might happen. Has to be based on what has happened, and here nothing has. So the case is dismissed, the fines are void, and the hives will remain. That's the ruling.